Get unstuck.
Oh, yeah.
Wear better clothes.
Guess what?
We live?
We're live.
We're live. Hey,
We
yo.
sound check and everything.
Stuck. That's our sound check.
That was a sound check. Stucky.
You know what it is.
You already know what it is. Welcome to another week of the Stuck in the Middle podcast where it's up and it's stuck. Every week, y'all already know what it is. And y'all know the vibes. We do +1 every week. Don't play with me. +1 on all the plats. Right down there. We need you to double punch. Hey, yo.
Like, touch the finger, bro.
No, seriously, you gotta make it work.
Twice. Like, when you say +1, like...
+1.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, that's terrible, dude.
Hey,
If you double punch, you get all the notifications.
It's not even a terribleness. That's just an awkward... Anyway.
Right, yeah,
Who knows?
Okay,
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
double punch so you can get all the notifications for everything that we do all the time. You can be a sim, and that's what makes this thing go. A sim is somebody who's in our family. It's simple like that. If you join us on any one of the pages, specifically on YouTube, we would love to give you a shout out, so make sure you hit us up. But you know I keep the fan with me. You already know what it is. Hi there, Fred. What's happening? Jay Work in the building.
What up? It's your boy Jay Work.
Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
word. It should be, hey, it's your boy B Wood Cooks. I'm sorry for screaming Stuckies, but it's your boy B Wood Cooks. We're here. We're happy to be here. But shout out to him. We ain't even talk about none of this. We talking about two things. My boy's birthday. And my boy's birthday. You thought I was going to say the World Series, but my boy's birthday. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, F-U-C-K me. You remember that from last week?
If you seek Amy.
Oh, okay. I keep, okay.
That's
Brittany,
okay.
I'm so
We'll
sorry.
bring Britney Spears up every episode forever. That's just fine.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, big dog. Happy birthday. And of course, since we're on the subject, the resident unicorn.
Come on, bro. You can do better, bro. It's
Nah, I got
Resident Unicorn.
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Happy birthday. Stucky.
Appreciate it. So I have a theory. First off, I'm Cori, a.k.a. Cori's Corner. This is my dog, Perry. He likes to chill. I have a theory about age, though, when it comes to birthdays. I tell Katie all the time. She's like, oh, happy 33rd birthday. I say, I'm 34. She's like, what do you mean? When you're born, you're 0, right?
Oh, this is interesting.
When you hit your first birthday, are you 1 or did you complete your first year?
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is interesting.
Whoa.
I think my answer would be that I have completed my first year.
Same as me. So when
Yeah.
you say that I'm 1, I'm actually not 1. I'm older than 1.
Yeah.
Which means I'm either 2 or working on my second year. So for me, I'm working on my 34th year. You know, I'm 34
respect that.
technically.
I respect that.
But for the rest of the world, shout out to the 33rd.
Shout out, baby.
33rd, let go.
You know what I'm
So
talking
y'all
about.
know what it is, man. We're a pop culture pod that shows up every week, the same time, new episodes every Monday. We like to give hilarious takes. More importantly, we want to help you guys get unstuck, right? Stuck in the middle is not a cool place to be in. And whatever scenario that is, we want to get you unstuck.
Yeah, we want to
It's
get
really
you unstuck.
simple.
Y'all
It's
know
really
what it is,
simple.
Stuckies.
Speaking of, let's do a real quick Stucky Week
Yeah.
recap.
What's got you
What y'all stuck on,
this
man?
week?
Man, I'm
Stucky.
stuck on this week. Time is moving. Matter of fact, screw all that other stuff. I had multiple things I'm stuck on, but right now I'm stuck on maintenance crews and landlords not doing what they're supposed to do in a
That's right.
timely manner.
That's right.
Step your game
People
up.
showing up to my house without even like an appointment. Thank you for fixing my roof, but it's still leaking.
Because they hit the wrong spot. Hey,
Bruh.
Whoa.
Did they?
Spot check.
And I don't even think they fixed it. That's what makes me mad. My garage broke.
whoa.
Yeah.
You got to
was
use the
trapped.
manual?
Yeah, I had to use the manual garage door opener. No, I stayed. I worked from home that
Wow,
day.
guys. This is yeah.
I'll
This
pull up in the limit.
So needless to say,
He's
this
stuck
week
up
was
out there.
crazy.
He's stuck up. He got him
Really
stuck
stuck
up.
up.
Wait,
Hey,
wait. Is that Stucky University?
Stucky U, another term for those who are paying attention. Brian, what's stuck up?
Do you really want me to tell him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's stuck up?
Take ST out of there and put the F.
Boom. That's all
That's
you need to
boom.
know.
That's all
White.
you need. Hey, that's it.
Hey,
Stucky
black and
University,
white.
bro.
Stuck up.
Yeah, you stucked up.
Bro,
Yeah.
you need to make sure you get that diploma in your hand with the
That's
cap
right.
and gown the
You know
whole
what
You
I'm
time.
can also graduate from Stucky Union.
Stucky
Stucky
U.
University.
Stucky U.
All the Sims gonna get their degrees soon.
That's right.
Oh,
Sam's
yeah.
keep up. Sam's keep
Stuck
up.
at you. All right. What you got, B? What's got you stuck?
I'm stuck on the motherfucking Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Rangers.
Shout out to the Rangers. I was actually there, and I have footage of I was actually in the stadium. We were crying. I shedded a tear for the Rangers. I've been a fan since Rusty Greer. Like
That's
left
right.
field, come on, stop playing with me. Hank Blaylock, y'all remember?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all remember when we went to the game and like I think
course.
I got the ball or somebody got the ball. Y'all remember that?
First off,
I remember
I got
every
a
game.
lot of balls. Hey yo, hey yo.
Whoa.
I caught a lot of baseballs.
Whoa.
Chuck got a lucky one.
Whoa.
And he used to take it
He's
to the
so
game all the
lucky.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So,
Brittany, every episode, I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
but seriously though, I mean, I'm stuck on that, man. Shout out to the Rangers.
Yeah, shout out to
it
the
really was
Rangers,
emotional,
boy.
bro. In the stadium, it was emotional,
time.
bro.
it
Bro,
was.
I'm just tripping on the fact that they closing down the school for the parade. The whole
Oh, the
district.
parade
bro.
You know
finna
that's
be-
a thing right now
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
They're showing like, hey, what's going viral is the excuse me letter or what do you
Oh,
call
from the
it?
governor,
What do
yeah.
you call it?
No, from
School
the
officials, come on.
That's
Excuse-
right.
I don't know, like
No,
an excuse letter. Like,
no.
we are not K through 12, bro.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but-
facts, my
That's
bad.
true.
You know, I kind of I'll put y'all okay, my
Hey,
bad.
but we could. Hey,
Dear John.
AI, let's change the wording.
Right,
But yeah,
facts.
that letter's going viral right now because you know they letting people out of school for that. All I'm gonna say is this: I know you're going to Philly and all that. Oh, you know, I'm breaking news and stuff. But if the Cowboys win, they're shutting down a week.
No, I literally said
The world shutting down.
if and by the time y'all hear this, y'all will have known.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys win this week against the Eagles, this city will be insufferable.
Oh, I'm not coming back home.
This city will be insufferable.
It'll be a
That's
ticket. That's
y'all
not
don't know
fulfilled.
this, but that's a low key shade.
No, 100%. Now here we'll go further. There'll be 2 people on the pod next week. We'll go further.
Yeah, bro, we be like-
So basically, he's saying there ain't gonna be no pod because we can't do it
Yeah,
with
no,
two.
hey,
So I guess we
it'll be
shut
like,
down
hey,
next week, huh?
DJ Envy, when he used to say, "It's me, Charlamagne, Angelique's on vacation." Hey, we be on
Hey, facts, bro,
vacation.
'cause
Yeah, I couldn't do
It's
it.
gonna be insufferable.
I'm
I
stuck
can't come back with an
in
L.
Philly.
But shout out to them Rangers.
Yes, sir.
I remember
big.
I remember spending all day at Hurricane Harbor or Wet n Wild back in the day,
Way
going
wild, yeah.
going to Six Flags and then bumming $1 off of somebody because it only cost $1 because we sucked.
Yeah.
Even though we have big name people, you know what I'm saying? The A-Rods of the world, the
The
Pudge
bad management.
Rodriguez. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible management. So our team was trash. So you can get a $1 ticket,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just go in there, have a field day, and moms come pick us up way later.
Or $1 Wednesdays when the hot dogs were
Hot
free.
dogs are going crazy.
Bro, everybody had like 20 hot dogs just carrying them down the stairs, bro.
Then
Crazy.
then the boomstick. Remember the big old
Oh,
foot
bro.
Oh
long?
my goodness, man.
Yeah, bro, crazy.
That's
They tried
crazy that
everything.
we just know. We actually know football. I mean, football. We know baseball.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
we
no,
actually
yeah.
like are fans and really know what's going on. And stuff
No
like that.
facts. And for everybody who was like, my city is lit right now. I said this last night on IG. You're not from Arlington.
Yeah,
You really not.
Okay.
Like we're really
You're not from
Arlington.
Arlington.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People know it. Like we are Arlington.
You
We
can still
are
be
Arlington. No.
fans.
Yeah.
We allow that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't.
Don't do me like that though.
Yeah, my city, the Texas Rangers, not a Dallas team. So
We might
Oh,
need
facts.
to change the bio. It says best Dallas. We're the best in DFW. Like
Straight up.
honestly, but anyway,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
what got you stuck?
The Rangers were number 1. Y'all took my answer. I can't piggyback.
I mean, you
Y'all know I-
can.
Y'all
you
know
just,
I hate that. Nah, I just can't do it.
One day I would like to dive into why you hate the term.
Yeah, I do
piggyback.
too.
So-
Not today.
So I'll do it right now, real quick. Work from home for too long. Think 4 or 5 Zoom meetings. Y'all call them Zoom. We call them blue jeans. Think about 4 or 5 of those a day. Think about each one of them having 15 segments because there's 15 different people talking. And imagine each one of them at one point in the conversation saying, "I'm going to piggyback off of." It just does something to my mental. I can't when I hear
Put
it.
you back in that
So
world.
all you need is a different term for the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Right.
That's right, and it
Stucky
doesn't
back.
trick me. Yeah, Stucky back. I
Hey,
don't. Yeah,
that's a
Stucky
Stucky
back.
U University.
Stucky U. It's a little stretch.
We might have to go to court on that
Stretch
one.
Armstrong.
We go to Stucky Court on that one, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, I'll be the judge.
Oh, we
bro.
got Stucky
Give me
Court.
the-
Yeah,
Okay,
Stucky
gavel.
Court on that
Okay,
one.
stop. We just got another term, guys.
Okay,
Stucky Court, Stucky University. Cori, explain.
you said Stucky back, right? That what you said?
I'm giving.
Oh, come out. You moved me a little bit on your side.
I'm giving
I'm
Stucky back.
Whoa, you said I'm giving Stucky back? I'm back on my side. I'm back on my side.
What do you say?
It's too
He said,
suggestive.
giving Stucky back.
Oh my gosh.
Not suggestive in that way. I'm just saying it could be too. It's too wide of a word.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Like
We need
wide
it to
back?
be more. We need to be more precise.
Hmm.
So I say, right now the jury is out.
Yeah. Y'all help us out. How about that? Sam's help us. Help us get another word for piggyback. I'm over it. But yeah, Rangers, obviously the thing I'm stuck on for the week. We're going to Philly. We're going to Philly to see that Cowboy game.
Jealous.
I'm stuck on what it's going to be like on Sunday. Somebody going to get their heart broke The way I'm feeling,
It's not gonna be me.
it's gonna be them.
No shade, please. You're still in Texas.
Oh no, all the shade. You understand?
We'll
So
get you before you go to there.
I'm trying to build all kind of trees and shade out there. You understand me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm stuck on this week, and we'll see how that turns out. Like I said, it's either gonna be 2 of us or 4 of us next week.
This is true. I'll be here either way.
Okay,
But
3 of us. Or 4
I might
of us.
not. I just might sit here like this.
Hey, Stuckies. It's that time, baby. Y'all know what it is.
It is that time. What we got? We did have somebody submit. So
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's...
Somebody submitted to
Stucky.
it.
Stucky.
So, hey, you know,
Boom,
appreciate
boom, boom,
all
boom.
the Stuckies, you know, doing what they can. But sticky. I think I mixed
Whoa.
it. Sticky.
Stucky sticky.
Wow.
I don't even know. We'll
Wow.
put that in the.
Stucky
We'll put that in the
situation?
court.
Put that in the
but-
maybe. You know?
Yeah, in the maybes. All right.
The jury's out.
So Stucky Situations this week. All right. I was waiting for the chime. You know. Stucky.
Stucky Situation.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah,
There
that's
you go.
one. We
All
gotta
right,
get it.
that's you got an intro. You know, you
My
got to
bad.
get
My
an intro.
bad.
My
My
beat.
bad.
All right, so here we go. Dear Stucky, I keep trying to resolve conflict in my relationship, and my partner says they understand, but I find out that they're still mad and actually don't understand.
Hold on. Says with large capital.
Says it is
Said.
all
So you
caps.
gotta say my partner said.
Says.
Oh, okay.
There's
My beat.
emphasis there.
I keep trying to resolve conflict in my relationship, and my partner says they understand, but I find out they're still mad and actually they don't understand. How do you resolve with someone who won't be honest about how they feel? And thank you for the submission by the Queen.
Hold on. What about the queen?
Huh?
No, it's the.
The.
I mean, it's
Thee.
THEE. That's
Mm.
the.
That ain't
Hey,
the.
Sexy Red said put 2 D's there because she's double sexy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well.
No,
Yeah, you're going crazy. I know it's his birthday, but come on.
Pause.
We don't need too many presents tonight. Yeah, we have enough.
All right, so what we're dealing with right now is obviously trying to resolve conflict in a relationship, right? But the biggest thing is, number one, you're feeling like the communication is not either the communication is not being heard and understood, right? Like we talked about this before about listening to understand and not just listening just to listen.
100%.
You know, there's definitely something missing within that communication line, right? I really do think you should bring up your original point about both of y'all original point about talking to me on my level or whatever that level is. I forgot the exact word.
Territory.
You used. Yeah, in your
Make
own
sure
territory. You
you're
know,
in the same territory.
that way you're like if someone's talking and you're not just opening your mouth and just blah 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 blah.
Now learn their language.
You know, all that other stuff.
No,
But
100%.
in all honesty, you know, you resolve something with someone who is not being honest by, number one, gauging the honesty. You know, at the end of the day, if you're not in that person's shoes, right, you don't 100% know what they're thinking, right? So gauge the honesty. Like, what are you looking for? Because you could easily say that they're not being honest, but they actually could be. They could be. That's what they're experiencing. That's what they're feeling. That's what they're saying. That could be their honesty in the moment, right?
That's right.
And if you're not willing to hear that, then obviously you're going to sit there and say they won't be honest, right? However, there's the opposite side of the spectrum that's going to say that, yep, they really aren't being honest because they don't want to talk to you. They still want to be mad. They want to suffer, whatever. So I don't know, man. I think I'm kind of halfway through on both sides, but at the end of the day, there's definitely a communication gap that needs to be filled before you can understand anything. Be Wood Cook, black and white.
You know, I screamed a lot at the party last night. Ranger,
You screamed and cried.
my voice, and I put on the win, so I'm just taking a whole bunch of L's today. But when it gets to a point of something that you can't control, like I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, it gets to a point that you're not married. Okay. So if there's something that you can't control, do what you can, which is yourself.
They may be.
Yeah, that says partner, so they could be married.
Okay, we'll just so we'll say you're partners. Okay, we'll say that you're married. Okay, even when you're married, through thick and thin, black and white, do what you can control. So what if it's like you don't make yourself accessible to talk to?
Come on.
Like, what if he's mad at that? Like, come on, if you're partners and you're married, obviously there's love there. There was communication there to hopefully get y'all to that point. So what if between that point you weren't focused on what you were doing to him and putting him in that space, or vice versa, you know? that he's answering back like this, or he's not answering back the way you want. And when you think about it, he's just not giving you the response that you want. So it for me, it's a catch-22. I don't want to take his side. I don't want to take your side. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, if somebody don't give you the reaction you want, just focus on yourself. And then if you focus on yourself so much and you're still in a broken place, leave. Especially if you're not married. If you're not married and you're dealing with a headache and there's 7 billion people out here, you're ridiculous. Black and white. That's like, there's 7 billion people out there. Come on. Yeah. Like, take your chances. Like, this is one person out of 7 billion.
2 billion Chinese people out here. Let one of them be your partner.
But no, seriously. And again, I'm sorry for being long-winded, Stuckies, but we love each other. Stop. And make sure you subscribe because y'all love when we talk like this. But seriously, though, I just believe that when you can't control something, what can you control? Yourself. Focus on what you can do for that person and make him feel comfortable. That's what love really is. Step up, make him feel comfortable. And then if he never breaks that shell after 5 years, you did your job. Your intention was to love this guy. You never got your reaction, leave.
That's right.
There's nothing else you can do. Fight. And then if you fight, what they say, you fight until you can't fight no more. Mm-hmm. If it's affecting your family, your kids, everything, your decision making, all that, just leave. Like you have to make decisions, man. And sometimes that hurts, but you have to do it.
Yes, it takes a certain individual to do something like that. I think there's a couple things I see here. And again, Sims, we love you. Keep sending in what you're sending in because, again, this show doesn't happen unless you guys continue to lock in the way you are. So keep subscribing. Keep sending us your Stucky situations. But I say that to say what's happening here next is all about love. Again, I don't know enough. We got 3 lines here of conversation, so I don't know a lot. What I can tell you is it feels like you're hiding in the statement. Very general. I don't know a lot of information. I don't know why there's conflict.
What if there's all the characters she could type, though?
Okay. I appreciate you for doing what you can do with it. I'm just saying my opinion is based off of a very limited amount of information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before I say what I'm about to say, I don't want to land on a rock here. Somebody say, well, gosh, and I'm like, well, this is all I can work with.
This is all I got.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I got. So yeah, I keep trying to resolve conflict in my relationship. So we go right there. Forget everything else. Let's start at the very beginning. Why is there conflict that is keeping of happening?
So you're saying like why is the same conflict occurring, like, or just conflict?
She's not giving me I'm not assuming that this is the same one. Conflict is conflict. It could be several different conflicts, but they come from a base of something. There's a core issue.
There's something there. He's saying
that we're not unpacking that keeps us coming back to conflict. And again, I'm talking from a personal space. Like, I'm married. I have spats with my wife like anyone else does, right? I have disagreements with my wife like anyone else does. What I start to notice is as maybe as uncommon as we may think that they are, they're very common. They come back to the same thing. So I would say focus on that. What is really happening? Like, why are we in conflict all the time? Like, what's happening? Is there some kind of a misalignment I had here from the beginning I didn't talk about that we're finally exposing now, and now it's a little weird? Is this something that I've brought into the relationship that I didn't know that I had, that I'm dragging trauma into, that now it's causing friction? You start answering those questions, I promise you them conflicts go away. You don't have to worry about if the person understands you. Because you're talking about asking somebody to understand you. Well, that's something you ain't got control of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't focus on the understanding part. Not yet. We got to figure out why you get so much conflict. Now, when you get away from the conflict and you want to deeply understand somebody, then you put yourself in a space where you can do that. That's different. But trying to have somebody forcefully understand what you got going on without understanding the conflict is pointless. You're still speaking 2 different languages. You'll never understand. So I can't give you the answer to that. I'll give you the answer to the first part, which is just resolve what you got going on. Get that mirror out. See what happens.
Resolve it.
Now you are speaking my language.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Rush Hour 2 quotes all day.
The GOAT.
Listen, I'll try to keep this short and sweet. I think everybody said wonderful things to help you get unstuck. And I won't say that I'll piggyback, but I would like to build off of all of your points. My angle is always the same. One is always focus on yourself in a way of reflecting how you are the problem. Mm-hmm. And I use problem very loosely, right? Like, problem has a negative charge behind the word. My point is that we all always play a role in our own success and our own demise. So if there's something going on, there's something that there is a part, whether major or minor, that we play. What I caution you to stay away from is a sentence like, how do you resolve with someone who won't be honest about how they feel? Mm. The reason why I caution you away from that is because you're trying to say that somebody is not honest about how they feel, how do you know? That lets me know that maybe you're a little bit more into looking for a specific answer than looking for
Their answer.
their answer.
Yes.
That's right.
You're looking for something, and you'll say, "Oh, you're not being honest." How you gonna tell me I'm not being honest? I am being honest. You're just not hearing what you want to hear.
Kanye said, I told you already, I am a God.
Right. Well, the other part of that is we can't, as humans, we have to stop assuming that people always know how they feel as well. I talk to people all the time. I'll ask them how they feel, and they'll look at me and I say, it's also okay for you to not know how you feel. Or you can feel multiple things, a multitude of things. I can be like, man, there's part of me that's very angry. I'm also very sad. I'm partly disappointed. That's a bevy of different emotions. So I'm not one way at any time. I can be happy right now and the next second be pissed off.
Come on.
So, and how we behave at it, I would say focus on the behaviors, not the feelings. Right?
Right.
Focus on the behavior, not the feelings. The other thing is grace, grace, grace. Here's why. For some reason, we think that like humans are just great at changing.
Yeah.
We're not. So when you ask somebody to do something, and they're going to mess up and do it like 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 more times because we're terrible at change. I have my habits, you have your habits. If you say, I don't like that, can you not do that? There will be 10 more times that I slip up. What you need to focus on is behavior afterwards. Did I recognize that I did? Did I apologize for that? Oh, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. I know you hate that. I'm sorry. I really didn't intend to do that or whatever. Focus on that. Give people the grace that they deserve. Give people the grace that you want.
That's right. There you go.
And I think you'll be able to find a little bit of common ground. And also, do a little session where take a stroll outside if y'all have a conflict and don't come back home till it's settled.
Yeah.
Keep walking outside till it's settled. Because here's what's going to happen.
You're going to get tired.
You're going to get physically tired, and you're going to recognize, or is what we're even conflicted about worth having like a stalemate in our relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you'll figure out it's not, and you'll let it go.
Yeah.
And I hope your band knows, I said pan, but I hope your man knows that, hey, bro, she's out here doing some work. She
Facts.
put it in submission to us to get some real advice to help your relationship,
That's
bro.
right.
Step
Facts.
your game up, my boy.
And he got the advice we're giving you is the advice we giving him too.
No,
I'm
I'm
about to say,
saying, like,
if he
step-
submitted this, I said,
I don't know what you're doing, but I'm saying she's putting in the work, so hopefully you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like whatever that is. If she's talking to you, bro, like figure out what, you don't have to fix it right then. Like he said, the hardest thing to do is change, bro.
That's right.
But at least try. My thing is like try, even if it's one day. Like Cori, I think Cori said something perfect, bro. Like he said that I sacrificed me being in the house for Katie.
Yeah.
Bro, that is it. Like that's real love, bro.
Yeah.
Like real love to me is sacrifice, bro.
Yeah.
If you can sacrifice who you are for another person, like right here, if she could sacrifice, like, hey man, if he's mad at me, just sacrifice that for a little bit and give him time to change, because it's not an overnight thing.
No.
You know what I mean?
I think one other small caveat that we could potentially add to our statements of it doesn't matter the gender because we don't know. If this is a guy and a girl, binary, non-binary, anything like that.
100%.
But the good thing is that even though we did use, male, female terms, the information we're giving
doesn't matter.
Correlates to people.
So it just
Universal.
To the person.
Human
And so,
beings.
Universal.
I just wanted to point that out, that like you may be hearing these terminology, and obviously we don't know because you didn't use those
for sure.
those terms.
There's not enough info, but that's fine.
The good thing is that the information that we just gave is definitely plausible for all types of relationships.
Oh yeah, it can be.
To wrap it up, I have just one more thing to say. This is a life lesson that I learned, and it is literally brought me peace. That's where I'm at in my life, is just focusing on my peace. So that's why I get a lot of, I'm just chilling, whatever, right? I'm focusing on my peace. Here's what you have to learn. There are going to be some things in life that you will not understand. Ever.
Period.
No matter how hard you try, you won't understand. There are some things about my wife I do not understand. I don't understand why she likes it or doesn't like it. But you know what I do understand? That she does. And if I love her enough and she likes it, then I need to be involved in that. I don't have to understand why. There are certain things that happen you will not understand. And so if you're searching for understanding where you won't have any understanding, of course you're going to feel like there's stalemate and conflict.
Mm-hmm.
That really is a gym.
Yeah, get unstuck.
But you already know, I'm too stuck and stupid to think like him.
Yeah,
guys, I'm not the best guy, But we know that Stuck and Stupid is a segment where a person, place, or thing finds herself in a stuck and stupid situation. Stuckies, I got to look at the notes for this. We're going too hard. DoorDash. First of all, I love that. I think you texted me this earlier the week. He said DoorDash. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a DoorDasher.
That's right.
Hey, and if you look at my rating, I'm 4.9. And the 0.1 person that got me out there, you're fraud. like seriously, you had no reason to do. Your food got there. Like, come on, you gave me the wrong address. But anyway, DoorDash right now, they're getting on the non-tippers, which they should.
That's right.
I'm 50. Oh, no, anyway. There's a big thing going around right now. It's viral that DoorDash is basically sending alerts to people that don't tip. They're basically telling all the non-tippers that, hey, your food might be late. Basically, hey, we might eat your food. Like, hey, but do y'all think it's stuck and stupid for DoorDash to be sending alerts saying, hey, if you don't tip, blah this, blah that? What do you think about the whole DoorDash situation? I honestly, I think DoorDash is lit, but go ahead.
All right, so I guess I'm kind of mixed. I'm not a DoorDasher, but I know DoorDashers. Obviously, you. Yeah. Shout out to J-Rob because he DoorDashes too. One of the things that almost every DoorDasher I know says they're not going to pick up an order that doesn't have a tip. Most of the ones I said that, most of the ones I've heard, they don't pick up orders that don't have a tip on it. Right. Yeah. My thing is, I don't think that alert is necessary because I think that's known. Like, I think that these meal delivery services have been in the game so long that if you don't tip, your food may not get to you. Like, ever since I've been using it, I knew if I didn't put a tip on here, it may be sitting on the counter the whole time because I already knew Dashers, anybody, they're just not gonna pick it up, and rightfully so. Right? If I ordered the food, I knew that this is what the world does, or people, DoorDashers, all that. You know what I'm saying? I know that this is what they do. So,
I'm sorry, but Stucky, the reason why I'm laughing is because if y'all realize DoorDash got us normalizing L's. They're normalizing L's,
that's
bro.
Right,
like
that's
what?
Right.
I mean, because I know that y'all don't make a whole bunch of money off of every single order, right? So the whole point of DoorDashing is to make a little bit of change. It's literally about almost like on the waiter and waitress's side. You make a little bit of change, but you live off of those tips.
I make 30 an hour. Stop playing with me.
Okay,
speaking my language.
So you are, if you making $30 an hour as DoorDasher, you are a severe outlier, correct?
That's tough. What is that?
That means that you are far away from the norm of what people make.
No. Whoa. When you start out with a dasher, you start out at the low, and then when you get up to about 700 deliveries, you become a top dasher. Get your percentage up. Get your percentage up. Stop playing with them. Take them orders on time. I make sure I'm the one that texts the people. Make sure hey, do you need straws, hot sauce, ketchup, all that. I make sure your order. I'm serious about the DoorDash. Like that's good money.
You remember what it was like when you were ordering?
You know what really got me started doing that, bro? I got my DoorDash, and every time I order Wingstop, it never gets there.
That's right.
Ever. And I'm like, bro, why? I just want my Wingstop. It's right up the street. You can't just drop my food off. That's why the tips are big. And I'm serious. You don't put them tips in there. They're
but I'm not saying, do you ignore orders that
No, because I want to be a top dasher. The second I ignore that order, my acceptance rate goes down.
Yeah, I think so. As somebody who used to own a restaurant, I have both sides of the coin here. I was able to understand the industry in terms of tipping because we had a restaurant that had waitresses and waiters that pretty much lived off of tips.
Yeah.
So from the perspective of the people doing the service, I don't care what the service is like. Now that I know what I know, hit that button. Tip these people, period. Now, you can. What you want to do is set yourself up with a base. I'm giving you guys some game right here if you want to get unstuck on tipping. Again, this is for folks who believe in the tipping game. Set yourself a base before you go out. What's the worst tip you'll give somebody for the worst service that they'll give you? What's a decent tip? And then what's the best tip you'll give somebody, period, if they knock your socks off?
That's a wide base because the worst service will get a 0 tip, right?
No. What I'm saying, my belief system is I don't care how bad the service is, they're getting a tip.
But the problem is you got the service before you got the option.
I'm sorry,
to tip.
bro. I'm a fan of tipping, but if you gave me garbage service,
Nah, listen,
but DoorDash you have to
listen.
tip before you even get the
No,
service.
but listen, hear me out. That's so. I was just about to say
You said
it's normal in other walks of life. We do it for door dashing.
Yeah,
You ain't got the service yet. You put that tip on there.
you got a tip.
Yeah. So it's not abnormal. But I'm saying to you, like, if now, okay, obviously, before we kill me for saying I don't care, I'm gonna tip every time.
No, do your thing.
There's obviously some egregious moments where I'm not gonna tip if the person that is delivering the food and giving me service, not necessarily the person cooking, the person giving me service is crazy with it. Of course, no tip. We get that. I'm talking about if the overall service that day, including maybe the waiter or waitresses, was not up to par, there's a minimal I'm going to put out no matter what. When I say bad service, that's what I mean. Like maybe they didn't have a smile on their face. Maybe they were slow with my drinks. Maybe they let the food sit up there in the window and it got cold. Those little tips, I know what's going on, so I'm still going to hit them. But on the flip side of that, I know that the argument is, hey, DoorDash make billions or millions, whatever the number is. I don't know the number. Why do we have to be responsible for putting that money up for these people? Why can't y'all put the money up for these people? And again, on the other side, I'm like, that's not the game. You know, I got into the restaurant game, and these were the rules.
Basically, get your ass up. You don't have to pay the fees. That's what they're saying. I mean,
I got into the restaurant game because these were the rules. If I'm DoorDash, these are the rules set in front of me. You guys want to make those changes? Go have those conversations with your local government. Start making some of those changes where it's at. But when it comes to the law, I'm playing the game by the law. So if you want to get mad at me for not using my money to make it even, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I'm playing the game like it's supposed to be played. So how am I supposed to be responsible for something that some people are uncomfortable with? Yeah. That's in my opinion.
Tipping is racist.
That's the best take of all time. Clip
Hey, black and white.
The greatest take ever.
Yes, indeed.
Tipping
is
is racist.
tipping
Black
racist.
and white. The greatest.
Here's the thing. Remember when J. Cole went on that he can go on a rant, but he had a conversation about how we're talking about cops, and he said, there's cops that aren't corrupt, but he was like, how can you say that when the system is?
Yeah.
That's tipping.
Yeah.
That's tipping. It started from racism. It started from bigotry. Yeah. It started, and it keeps going this way. You want to know why? Anytime I have this conversation with friends, colleagues, people I go out to dinner with, you know what they say? The first thing they go to. And they don't understand how disrespectful this is. Mm-hmm. They'll say, you're taking money out of their pocket. They probably have 4 kids. This is like their only job.
That's wild.
But that's the mindset that has already been set. Is that if you're in the service industry doing that, you're on your bottom dollar. You don't have any other good job. You know what I'm saying? Brian, you make good money and you still dash.
Yeah.
But if they see you dashing, that they don't think you make money.
Straight up.
That's true.
That came from the culture when tipping started.
Young John.
That came from that. And so for you to think that, oh, you're giving them money when all you're doing is actually still participating in the same system that is corrupt and racist, it sucks to have to participate. Because you're right. Mm-hmm. We're all humans. I don't want to see nobody struggle, and I know that they're not getting paid well, so of course I want to give them money, especially if they did good. Of course I would love to give them my extra money or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you start making it, bro, it's called tipping fatigue right now. Y'all are making it ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I would go to the churro shop down the street, and all they did was just hand me a churro, and they turned the screen around to me. It's the most disrespectful thing.
There's levels.
But that's how I feel about DoorDash too, and everything else. Yeah. He talking about, do you need straws, ketchup, and everything else? I'd be like, hey, immediate tip. Yeah. Immediate tip. He think about stuff I ain't even think about.
That's right.
Immediate tip. But for me, I have to put it in before, when you already getting paid 30. You getting paid 30 an hour. You signed up to come do this job, and I don't have to pay. You won't go get it because I didn't put a tip in at the beginning. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, that's
bro.
wild. That's ridiculous, bro.
That's wild from a consumer standpoint. Yeah. But I get it. The laws of the land are what the laws of the land are.
Yeah, I'm just playing the game. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm just
exactly.
Here,
the laws of the land are what the laws of the land
are.
Don't be
mad at me.
I mean, you're right. I'm not mad at the server. I'm not mad at the restaurant for playing the rules. What I'm mad at is that we still have the system that is in place that says, hey, as a restaurant, you can pay your employees peons and then put the onus on the customers to pay them the side of the
And to be clear, so we make sure that we're getting people unstuck. Once again, there's places in the United States even that practices
non-tipping,
right? Non-tipping,
or fair wage or something like that.
So
true.
Yeah, so just to be clear, because I told you guys before, the reason I don't want this, cause I already saw what it turned into. People were like, "Oh, DoorDash should be giving them more money." Christ, hold on a second. If you don't like this, there's clear examples of you going to your local government and making changes, and it works.
It's more simple. Cori said there's power in the people. He
That's
said
right.
that with Last Live, right? Don't order from DoorDash. Go to Be What Cooks page. Just go cook.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
go
fact.
cook. No,
That's
seriously.
exactly right. That's exactly right.
You're right.
Seriously.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And even when we go to that, I don't ever want to get to the point where we get to like saying, if you don't like DoorDash, then don't eat at DoorDash, right?
Well, yeah,
Which is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But some people, you have to also think about those. You have to be, when we're thinking about inclusivity, there are people who maybe have certain
kitchen.
disabilities or no kitchens and stuff, whatever. So they need, DoorDash is a wonderful service. That's not even hate on that. Again, I'm not mad at DoorDash, I'm mad at the system. So the other side of that or whatever is we have to be still honest with, we can go to our local government. You know how hot button topic tipping is? If you don't tip, I'll just tell you a small little story. Shout out to my homegirl. She's still my homegirl, but I'm finna tell you the story. Bro, I was in college. We went to the Tarleton State game that was at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And shout out TSU. We go to the IHOP off of 30. I know the IHOP over there by East Chase.
By East Chase, right?
Exactly. So we hit the
went there
IHOP
after
off of
prom.
30. It's like 15, 20 of us. So you already know that we tipping and they got gratuity and there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
They had one server, she was busting it. She was going crazy. She deserved every tip she gonna get. But we're having this conversation because everybody's like, well, what are we tipping? So we figure out the tips. So we start having this conversation. Of course, I start talking about like, yeah, I'm gonna tip this, but here's how I feel about tipping. Not to say that I wasn't gonna tip. My homegirl starts going off on me about it. So then I said, I'm not tipping. You just cost her her tip. I'm not tipping. My homegirl got so in spite, bro, out of spite, she tipped the girl $150, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On top of everybody else tipping at the table too?
Bro, yes.
But
Just because I wouldn't tip.
And
have
how
that
much was y'all's
built up
ticket?
emotion
Now
is
because
crazy.
that's my point. My point is that it's such a charged topic.
Yeah, it's triggering, bro.
It's not going to, because we had a lot of people who worked in the industry where they got the tips off.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, we're talking about states that are very progressive that can really do that. That ain't happening in Texas, bro. We can go to Dallas County right now, put it on it is a election right now, it's election season.
Yeah,
so
Make sure you
y'all
get
vote.
unstuck. Get unstuck. Get out there.
But that's not gonna be on the ballot, bro. The tipping is not gonna be on the ballot.
Like
Changing the
anything, though,
structures.
we can put it there. Is all I'm saying. Because there was success in other places.
It is
That's all I'm
true.
saying.
It is true.
If you
Realistically,
want it to be that way.
it's a long shot.
That's right.
And there's some restaurants that are not on the, like, I will say a lot of the stuff that people complain about, like Dasher, we don't have to work off tips. They pay us hourly too.
Yeah.
Like when I sign into my Dasher app, I have two choices. I can work off tips or I can work off Dash. I know how to play the game, so I work off tips. I know what the game is. It's a pure game. I pay me a million.
You're a
I give you the
finesser.
game.
You're a hustler.
Yeah, I'm a hustler, so
Yeah,
I know how to finesse.
That's right.
But get you another job. Get you another job or just stop ordering off the app. That's just my personal take.
Black and white.
You know what I mean? I'm serious. Like at the end of the day, you don't have to do DoorDash. And for the nonprofit people, it's free. I'm in the app. Like if you're nonprofit, they even have a thing up the street. If you need food and stuff like that, it's all free of charge.
Yeah.
So if you need help or you're anything like that, they got you, bro. So again, I appreciate
Before you move on, I do want to add one other thing that I think is another aspect to the tipping culture is what people expect for the tip. So dashers are expecting, oh man, I drove 10 miles. You should give me like a $20 tip, or just rates in general,
crazy.
right? Like in my head, I'm
point.
like, if you think about it, the government gives what? Is it 52 cents right now? 52.5 cents per mile?
Yeah.
I could easily tip that, and that should be okay. Because that's what the government says. I'm tipping you for every mile that you drive a car.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't that work in DoorDash? Now obviously, if you think about it, I could get a $60 order from Jack in the Box, which is less than a mile from my street. I tip you
$60.
$1.
Yeah.
That's more than your mileage that the government would pay you. But I know I wouldn't get that order. You know what I'm saying?
to represent the other side, and I'm on y'all side. Like I'm not on the Dasher side. I make my money. I think DoorDash is great, both sides, because they help the people that want the food, and then they help people like me that need money.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't understand what about the days that it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
I'm out
100%.
because those days, bro.
I'm always tipping in inclement weather.
Oh,
No.
absolutely.
But I don't want to say it like this, but I'm gonna say this: DoorDash give peak money, bro. People don't know they're giving us $4 extra on those rides sometimes.
Well, you should
like
get
when it's
$4
raining,
extra.
I'm serious. Like when it's raining and snowing, so I take advantage of those days at nighttime when people don't DoorDash because they need people to like help and stuff like that. Hot hours, they pay extra $2, $3 a ride. Like sometimes you can make $50 an hour. Like it's crazy money in this, but I want people to understand. Like sometimes, like they will give you the $2, $3, especially when you're first starting out. When you first start out, DoorDash, the money's dumb. You're getting like sometimes you'll drive 2 hours and get $10.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand those times where you put your address is wrong. Those times where we're waiting on your food at the restaurant for hours. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, I've been in a restaurant for an hour before, just waiting on your food for no tip. And remember, if I don't take that order, it messes up my acceptance rate, which is going to take me out the top dash, which is my money. So I have to take these orders. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that I don't think people factor in, and I think a lot of people are not saying tip us $5, $1. It hurts sometimes when you see these big orders that y'all are getting, and you gave us a $2 tip. I mean, not even a $2 tip. DoorDash gave us the $2 just to make sure that we getting paid for the order. It's 6 miles away. We spent 6 miles there and then 6 miles back. That's 12 miles. With no tip, then we got to walk 3 flights of stairs. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, bro. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, we get it. I think the argument is this. Somebody said it in the comments, DoorDash y'all gotta chill out with those fees. Like, so
there you go.
That's
what it is.
We have to get a fee share, just like the way the Riders Guild was. Yeah. They need to. Those fees are sometimes $7.99, $4.99. That's right. You got Dasher Pass. You have enough money coming in. Give us a share of those fees. That's right. Like instead of just $2 coming in, give us $4, give us $3. Yeah. Like you already know what it is, and still give them the message like, hey, your food might
also,
take. Also,
the price of the food whenever you dashing is higher anyway.
Yeah, that's another good.
You know what I'm saying? So like if a Big Mac is $3.99. And I ordered it on DoorDash, it's $6.
But right. It's sensitive. Even restaurant owners are complaining. You see Domino's. Their promotion is don't use DoorDash.
Yeah, come pick it up.
Because the fees.
Yeah.
So again, DoorDash, you hear us. We're the number one podcast ever. DoorDash, focus on the fees. Figure out different like structures. You can get it done. Yeah. You seen the Riders Guild. You see all this stuff. Get it done.
Go on to DoorDash.
Or we just need to strike. Like tell them just straight up. Don't order from. No, don't say that. DoorDash, I love you. I'm a dasher. I'm top dasher. Please don't mess with my acceptance rate. And stuff like that. But no, I like this conversation. This is really bigger than what we said. That tip culture, we need to make that a whole episode, bro. Yeah. Ex-NBA player Joe Smith. I sent this to you. This was big.
Yeah, this is wild.
Joe Smith's wife. Shout out to her, because if it wasn't for her even putting it out there, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about. so
brazen. I was sick watching that video.
Yeah, no, but now she Joe Smith was outraged because his wife decided to do an OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. But it's not that she did it. Somehow he found out, and he was in his home, in his bedroom, just minding his business, and she recorded it, and then it went viral. So my question is, it's kind of like a broad question, but is it stuck in stupid? Not because she recorded it. I mean, this is culture now. Is it stuck in stupid that he got so upset at her just doing OnlyFans?
No. I'll jump this one off immediately. I think, hey, boy.
For him to be upset, you're just asking if he's upset.
No, stuck in stupid because, first of all, from what she said, I don't know how he found out. It's just he was upset, and she came to us and said, like, hey, he's mad because I have an OnlyFans. Well, and he didn't really,
I feel like the premise, she went a little further than that. When she was like, you couldn't take care of my life.
That's right. Yeah. Well, but I don't know if that's money or if that's attention. Anything. That could be anything.
Could be anything.
Like they had a nice house.
Let's give them premise real quick, Stuckies. For those who don't know the story, she was an adult film star prior to them getting married.
Oh, see? This is why you want our
prior to them getting married, she was an adult film star. Okay. Go look up the name. I'm not going to give it to you. But
drop it.
I personally, I just was sick watching this video, man, for a lot of reasons, right? Like, okay, play with your girlfriend, play with your little boo thing, play with whatever, but with your wife, it's, again, we're crossing different territories here, number one. Number two, I think any husband could be upset at any moment when their wife is doing something outside of the throngs of their marriage without involving their husband. This is a simple... So is it stuck on stupid to be upset about that? No, because this is a simple ask. Like, just tell me what you're doing first.
You spending money that we ain't say you can spend.
Yeah, what's going on? It could be anything. So no, it's not stuck to be upset. But let's go specifically to what we're talking about. So you're telling me, now there's a little, first of all, was it really that he was scrolling on OnlyFans before?
That would be wild if he was scrolling.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, because like, wait a minute, because he's got some fault in this
too. They didn't say it. So I just saw the comments, and a lot of people were actually like, "Bro, he's wild. Glad you got that on tape." So I was like, "Is it
How
this
is
like
it?
broad that, or is he stuck for complaining?"
That's first of all, Stuckies. This is how sick we've become. As a married man, you can't get upset about your wife doing porn behind your back.
About
What
behind
is
your
happening?
back. Behind your back is key.
Or doing porn.
Well, behind your back is key. If you talked about it, you sat there, jelly roll's big. If you just sat there and y'all both sat there and like, she's like, "Hey, we need some funds, babe. You know, I used to do this back in the day. I know this might hurt you, whatever." They talked about it.
He might like it.
Yeah, huh?
He might like it.
See, so I'm serious. Like, it might.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about from my perspective.
Right.
Like, I think for the world, to your point, yes, have that conversation first, and I think that's what people.
Okay, yeah,
that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
If you had the conversation, it should be okay.
Yeah.
But if anything's done behind your back, of course, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we are in a day and age where that's where we are. Especially at least on social media, it's let somebody live their life.
Shout out No Jumper.
Particularly, that's crazy.
Whoa.
No, that's what we're doing, right?
That's
that's what we're doing.
Wow, boy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're doing.
You talking about LTP?
Yeah, he set the
whoa.
Come on, what you?
Hey, Adam, you set the standard, boy. I can't
No,
crazy.
no, that's fine.
Literally.
That podcast is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, he can be upset. I think it's out of pocket to have something, whether she was a performer before or not. If we went into the marriage and was like, "Hey, you don't do this no more. I don't rock with that. We're not doing that." And you had agreed to that, you understood that. Even if stuff changed and you try to go back to the old ways, that's grounds. If you see what I'm saying. And I don't advocate for no divorce.
No, but that's
grounds.
Yeah, it was grounds.
That's grounds. You broke
that's legal grounds.
The trust. That's what I'm saying. It's what they say, differences are irreconcilable. We ain't going.
Okay, so what's happening here is I can come home and say, you could get a text. My wife could get a text from some girl saying, "Oh, I've been sleeping with their husband." She can, Matt, what is this? You've been cheating on me with somebody? What's happening here is I should be able to say, "Come on, I was a cheater. You met me, I was a cheater." And there's something happening here, and I don't know what, and I'm just gonna go back to doing what I do. No, you should understand.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's what they ain't gonna liken it to that. You know what I'm saying? They never do. Crazy. Right? They're not gonna. It's the same. When we get to the logic, that's the same logic, but they're not gonna get to that, and because it is particularly. Here's the line that we have to creep, especially with us being 4 men. We're talking about women's bodies.
Yeah,
that's where it gets wild.
That's where it gets wild. That's where we're in a movement of, and I love it. Obviously, we want women to feel free to be able to. Exactly. We want them to have autonomy over their own body, make their own choices over their own body. And so if you want to be on OnlyFans or any other thing where you're selling that, and again, she could have been doing pictures of her feet. I don't know. What the ins and outs are.
We don't know what she was doing.
But if we're using the assumption of OnlyFans, then it could be something a little bit more risque. My point is, you do that with some sort of agreement with your partner.
100%.
Could be your husband, could be your girlfriend, it could be whatever it may be. You do that in an agreement. That's also not to say that I might say, "Hey, I think this is a good idea. I would love for you to do that." And then when you start doing it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to rock with that.
I'm about to say, you still got to give them space to be like, "Nah,
yeah, I don't rock with that." Yeah, that's just how consent works too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
period.
We can have a conversation about that too. Consent, fellas, that needs to be an episode for sure.
But the flip is happening right now, and this is why I want to make sure I'm holding close to, because again, I'm not trying to speak for women. I think that's a very
fine line
to walk through.
We're never going to speak for women.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Won't.
We
so
ain't
I
gonna
want to
speak
make
for
sure
all
this
men.
is understood that this is not about women. This is about that territory thing we always talk about. Okay, you coming into a marriage. The territory is set because you guys have agreed to certain things inside that marriage. There's some boundaries that have been placed. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. This is the territory. Yeah. You can't go around making OnlyFans. Listen, you cannot make an OnlyFans behind your husband's back and expect there not to be consequence. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Now, it has nothing to do about body positivity. Do whatever you want. There's a consequence. That's all I'm saying.
What about the piggyback keyword? Piggyback. What about the piggyback off the little story we got or the submission we got? Like, again, what we were talking about. what if you didn't make yourself available for her to talk to you, bro?
That's right.
Like we all like, if you can't control that person because obviously she did something big behind your back, why couldn't she come to you and talk to you? That's like that, like, and I have a bad problem at this. Like, I'm not the best at this. This is what I'm working on for myself. Like, how can I make myself available for my partner to speak to me about anything? It should be anything. Hey, babe, I want to go on OnlyFans. Why wasn't she comfortable enough to tell him? Now, I don't know what happened. It could be, maybe it could have been on her. Maybe she has her own anxiety and depression or whatever she has going on. I don't know. But why did that happen? You're married. Y'all been married for a while. Why is this happening? Like focus on yourself. Like if it's because of money, I need to go hustle. NBA, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he made bad. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, focus on yourself. That's for my Unstuck for this whole episode is like, what can we do for ourselves to help? You know, if we both focus on ourselves, you know.
And your premise is she shouldn't feel like she needs to go make that OnlyFans. And if so,
no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, why does she feel like she had to do it behind his back?
That's right.
But it could have been maybe because she can't talk to you, bro.
Yeah. Well, remember, I only say that because she is saying her explanation was she felt like she needed to.
Well, but there's a viral thing coming out, like when money gets tight, because I mean, it kind of was like a money driven kind of thing. When money gets tight, men start to act a little different.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? So again, sometimes maybe you're not making yourself available for her to come up to you. I'm just that's just for me, just as an idea. That's not what it is. That's right. I'm just saying, like, for my Unstuck is like, let's work on ourselves, make ourselves available for people to talk to us. It's really hard. I have a bad problem at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I'm not good at that at all.
I struggle hard with that.
You know what I mean? But I don't want it to be at a point where I'm married to somebody and they got to hide stuff from me.
Nah,
that's not a good feeling. That's why he was outraged, especially in my own house.
Yeah, that's
like that's not. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not
wild.
You got something on that, J-Work?
Wild West. I mean, at the end of the day, I sign off. I signed off on both of y'all's comments. Like, you got to do what you got to do. You have to have those conversations and have to be able to have those conversations. You know. I am a fan of all types of relationships. And so, like, if you're married, it doesn't mean that you can't do this. It just means that you have to have the conversation before you do it.
Yeah. Y'all got to come to an understanding.
Yeah, there are so many successful open marriages in the world. Very successful open marriages, but they're all successful because of communication. So if you can't have that, then
that's big.
Explosion.
Yeah, I just think
I never thought of it.
I just think she told us what it was on camera.
Yeah,
he wasn't doing something.
He wasn't. We used to live like this. Now I'm living like this. But
yeah,
at that point, of course I'm upset when I'm Joe Smith. If that's what you 100%. Want, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, time for me to get up out this relationship.
Yeah, or just so if you what have you done, ma'am, to rectify that thing that you're feeling?
OnlyFans?
No. What have you done in respect to this relationship that would allow you to say that in a way? And again, I don't know neither one of them. I'm just going off the video.
I mean,
what she said in the video,
she might have went in, with an agreement that she was going to be a kept woman, and maybe he didn't, his investments fell through or whatever, his money ran out.
Let's hope so, because if that means they had a conversation.
Right. Yeah. That's my point. My point is that they both went back to their ways. He fell on hard time, but this lets me know, and I'm not trying to, I am really. So let me just be,
Happy birthday.
Get unstuck. Yay.
Let me just be honest. Joe Smith, you and your wife got married for the wrong reason.
100%.
That's it. Oh. Because if I fall on hard times, I tell Katie all the time, I can live in a cardboard box as long as I'm living with you. Mm-hmm. Don't matter. As long as I'm with you, it don't matter. We'll figure it out. You fell on hard times, and your bottom switched. You know what I'm saying? Your girl switched.
Man,
y'all got married for the wrong reasons. She saw your money, and you got married. You saw a trophy, and you got married. And when the life wasn't lifing no more, mm-hmm. y'all wanted to go back and get that nostalgia. And the tough thing about the nostalgia is it's kind of like that new Fortnite, the old Fortnite map about to drop. It's still the old Fortnite map, but what you really miss is the time, and you can't get that back.
Nope. Get unstuck.
Speaking of not getting things back, customers.
Yeah, that's crazy you said that, but that's where, guys, Keith Lee is a GOAT. We've said this how many times on this podcast?
I said it several times.
Probably every episode.
Hey, Keith Lee, we need you to come up here and we need you to do an episode. We need you to do it as soon as you can. We think that your family is awesome. We would like for you guys to show up and do a lot of things on our podcast, please.
And rate our mom's cooking.
This is what he gonna do.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
this is what
straight up.
Today, I went to Stuck in the Middle podcast. I went on there. We're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna rate it 1 through 10.
God bless.
God bless.
What's the rating?
Hey, try out our podcast and rate it 1 through 10.
Make sure you subscribe to them. Hey, but no, Keith Lee, you're a GOAT, man. We love you, bro. He's a famous food. If you don't know Keith Lee, get out of here. But he's a famous food critic. He goes to Candy Burrs. She wrote a hit record, Destiny Child's Can You Pay My Telephone Bill? Can you pay my... Was that it?
I don't know if she
I
wrote
don't know,
that
but
one.
shout out to
Don't
Candy.
she have sex toys too?
That's it.
Whoa. Are we going that way?
No, I'm just wanting
Stick
to
to
know.
the restaurants.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
I need to know.
whoa,
Are
whoa.
we talking about the same person? That's it.
No, okay.
Maybe.
Long story short, Candy Burrs, she has a restaurant called Old Lady Gang in Atlanta. And the big thing right now in Atlanta is the food scene in Atlanta sucks. I didn't say this, but this is the big, talk right now.
Been that way.
Yeah.
It's been away for a while.
But so Keith Lee, who is the GOAT, changes people's restaurant, changes people's lives. He goes up to Old Lady Gang, and they don't really deny him service, but they told his wife that, hey, it's an hour and a half wait. Keith Lee then goes in there, and then they say, oh, well, we have available spots. And he's like, oh, no, we're good. Maybe we want to order some food. Then they were telling him, hey, well, we don't do takeout on weekends, right? Candy Burrs comes out. First of all, I think what Candy Burrs did was legend. She came out and just basically explained, hey, we don't do takeout on weekends because it's kind of packed on weekends. I don't want to overwhelm my chefs. Keith Lee comes out with the video. He doesn't really rate it bad. He just tells his experience.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Now,
Yeah.
but it's a war right now. It's a war between Atlanta food scene,
And
Keith Lee supporters.
That's right.
Yeah, but
So
I don't even think it's even a war if we get into it because all I've seen all week on TikTok, because that happened to him really in 2 places in Atlanta.
Right.
Though he also put out videos at 10 other places where it crushed.
Everything was fine.
Everybody who, even if they don't even support Keith Lee, they be in Atlanta like, I'm so happy Keith Lee is exposing Atlanta. Because he's on a tour right now where he's going to different cities, and this is the only city that has had any kind of backlash.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, and I'll let this go, I just think Atlanta is the blackest city in America, pretty much.
Of course.
Or really, if we get into Alabama and stuff like that. When we're talking about cities,
I was about to say.
when we talk about the black Mecca,
It is a black man.
it is Atlanta.
Yeah.
We have a very tough time with accountability.
100%.
Agreed.
That is what's going on in Atlanta right now.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Lee held the mirror up to your face, and you want to look at yourself.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody in Atlanta is on the same vibe. Everyone. And again, I'm able to speak about this.
You had a restaurant in it, or you were close to Atlanta.
Yeah, no, not even. I mean, I've lived in Georgia for a long time before moving back home, so I could tell you. I mean, listen, everyone's on the same page, okay, when it comes to service in Atlanta, because everyone thinks because of how it is on TV that Atlanta is this humongous place. It's really not. It's a very tiny little city with a lot of people in it, so you can imagine that compression of people. The service in pretty much every arena in Atlanta is just been a downward spiral since the early 2000s. So imagine the food right now. People have all these different restaurants, these cultured restaurants, which are fantastic. I love that about the city. People want to try it out. It's pretty simple. So we should be able to have access. And Keith Lee, being one of the biggest influencers online, you would want to make sure this man has access. And on top of that, let's talk about something deeper than this. And of course, I'm going to be on a high horse on this one. Social media is going to be the biggest industry ever, okay, over the next 5 to 10 years. 100% all-time biggest industry of all time. That's how I feel. Are you telling me, Atlanta restaurants, you didn't know Keith Lee was on tour? Are you telling me you didn't know he was coming to Atlanta? Are you telling me there's no one on your team that follows Keith Lee that could tell you, hey, we probably want to get it together next week. Keith going to be here.
But that's why I like the genius of Keith is because you should be on your P's and Q's at all times.
Yeah, you don't even know.
I respect
you don't even know
that.
he's going in there anyway.
Listen,
But I
respect
feel you.
that.
You're like,
I'm
you should
saying,
look ahead.
Not
But
only
sometimes,
that, I'm a restaurateur at one point.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
But to their point,
it's like
you
when
might
you know
not
when the
even know.
inspector coming.
Yeah,
But you might
it's
not
the
even
same
know that
thing.
he's going on tour though. He might post it after the fact.
No, but he didn't. This is not that situation. This is he gave people heads up. We know where he's coming.
Plus, he said he don't review places that haven't reached out to him to say come review.
That's the point I'm making. Who are you saying to me, the black folks, the black Mecca, the biggest of the blackest of places in Atlanta? Are you saying we weren't prepared that bad? And you know that here's another part. They're pitting him against this corner of where this is sort of like a black on black crime.
Yes, you can't tear down black business.
They
right.
always do
They pit that.
Yeah.
They pit that. So of course, this when I'm saying it's a bigger picture. Are you telling me y'all weren't ready? Seriously, Keith Lee.
And then the follow-up video.
They're crazy.
That was stupid.
What is the file? Tell her. Stucky's may not know.
Stuckies, you may not know. After he called out the real milk and honey.
The real milk and honey, yeah.
They made a video about him saying like, "Oh, well, who is Keith Lee? We don't know who Keith Lee
Like they didn't know you walk.
I mean, again, if you say that this is the social media age, I mean that is content.
That's right.
No,
of course.
right.
I want it.
At all spectrums, Keith Lee is the biggest. So,
No, you're right. You're right. But if you come out, here's the issue with Keith Lee: he's untouchable. Meaning,
you can't touch him.
All he does is positivity.
Yeah, he's.
If you come out with the negativity,
you're done.
You're done.
You're canceled.
Right.
Why would you even think about
it?
You're done.
Yeah.
Now,
that
if
was the
Keith
biggest
Lee
issue.
came in and was like, "This is the worst restaurant," he's going in on them,
Which you would never do.
and you respond with that, then I'm cool with that. That's just content. Where's your PR, bro?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's gone to all these other cities of all these different cultures. He's coming to the blackest city with the blackest culture.
It's Wakanda, bro.
It's our when we talk Atlanta, this is our pride. We're coming here. I want to show the world we got it. Keith Lee's just being honest. That's another thing. He's not even trying to.
That's it.
He's just saying like this
Just
is my
treat me
experience.
like every other black person.
I have a confession. Like I didn't know Keith Lee until maybe 6-7 months ago or
That's
a year
fine.
ago.
I remember
So
when he
I'm
was
saying
eating
these-
candy in the car.
But
Like,
I'm
yeah,
serious.
for
I'm
real.
like these are people that make millions of dollars. These are famous actors that already are rebels towards social media anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they invest time into even their PR person? Keith Lee is just they're famous. These guys are famous.
Well, I'm saying
Candy
because
Birds make hit records.
But I'm
who's
saying
Keith
because
Lee?
you have to.
yeah, you have to.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that. I'm just saying. But again,
Yeah, you're trying to be
But,
on
no,
the.
but,
yeah,
but let's be real though. Darius Cooks. I mean that's the guy that I look up to.
Mm-hmm.
He's already been on tour in Atlanta. He said that Atlanta's been like this.
That's right.
So again, it's just like I think that Keith Lee's just big enough to make it news.
That's right.
At the end of the day, this scene has been trash.
That's right.
That nobody says, "Oh, let's go to." Most people that say Atlanta, and even Darius Cook says this, like it's just mostly tourists.
And I'm sure Darius Cooks is not the only other person that went to Atlanta. And said
Everybody says it's bad.
right. So what I'm saying to you is,
Cardi B.
Everybody.
great. Of all the people we're about to name, no one got this response. Why? Because Keith Lee's bigger. He just has a bigger.
No, but what I was saying that
Yeah.
Darius Cooks.
Yeah.
Like Darius Cooks got the response.
That's
and
right.
the funny thing is Darius Cooks already said that the scene in Georgia is really Asian and Chinese food.
That's right.
I thought that was just like weird. He was like, but
American
that is
Deli.
the best scene out there. He said
Hey, shout
it's
out
really,
American Deli with the wings.
Yeah.
I need that lemon pepper.
Well, he
wet.
said the hot wings too. Everybody knows hot wings. Atlanta's for hot wings.
hot
That's what
wings,
you're
Yeah,
out there
yeah,
for.
bro.
That's crazy that Magic City has the best hot wings. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
I mean, you get it. I think there's a larger conversation when we talk about black businesses in general, but it's so hard. Again, we as black consumers and black business owners, if you criticize black business, it's automatically, oh, you're self-hating, you're bringing down black business. When in reality, how many times have we done this, bro? This is no cap. We are all business owners in here. We run our own businesses, and every time we try to use services, who do we go to first?
Us.
We go to us
please,
first.
Lord, don't get it.
I will tell you 80% of the times, the people who have disappointed me the most are us.
Yes, every time.
That I was so mad that I had to go to somebody else. Like, dang, I really wanted you to service me, bro. I tried everything. I took more flack than I would take with any other business
That's right.
for your business
Just
because
so we
you
can
black,
say
bro.
that we got it. Yeah, yeah.
Accountability. We struggle with accountability. I struggle with accountability. We all, as a community, we struggle with
It's
accountability.
hard, man.
We struggle with it. And we want to say, oh, we're not. This is crazy. Their first rule, the real milk and honey, their first rule is we guarantee good food. Everything else is up to chance. What kind of saying is that?
That's crazy.
If anything, you should guarantee good service because I can't guarantee good food. You want to know
You just
why?
say guarantee it all.
What you think, yeah, you really should not as a business owner.
Yeah.
But what you think is good is different than what Brian thinks is good.
That's right.
So why would I guarantee good food? But I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna try to give you the best service that we can.
Yeah,
we
say
want you
something
to have a
like
good experience.
the food is up to debate. The service is not
Right.
much better.
Yeah, and you can't even control the food. That's to Cori's point again. To how to get unstuck from this. Learn how to take constructive criticism.
Facts.
Lord
I
have
learned.
mercy.
I think for our culture, that is something that is not good at all.
No.
And I think for a lot of people, but
It's not even taught much when we're young. You know?
you see what I'm saying? But
No.
but for me, Be With Cooks changed my life on that because that's what it's built. I have to take constructive. Everybody thinks they know the secret sauce.
Just try it out.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
But if Keith Lee's coming to your place and he got that service, the crazy thing is, if you look at it, it's really a blessing in disguise.
That's right.
Candy in all these different companies, you're already big. He just really gave you the tea of where you
All
need
he
to
did
fix.
was give
Right.
you
He
the
just
thing to
gave you
make
the
you
tea.
bigger.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I say Candy really did her job. She came out and basically like praised it. Like, I love Keith Lee. He's a good in the community. We apologize for not coming through, but this is why we do this.
That's how you're supposed to handle that.
Right.
And that's why I say
humbly.
kudos to her. That's why I said
That's
like
right.
to her. But it's a blessing in disguise. They're not going to stop going to old lady game.
Nope.
No.
Just take that constructive criticism because that's going to make you more millions.
And that's why Candy
gonna make
did
you
it the
more
right way
millions.
to your point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
and
level
fly him
up.
out in the jet and say, hey, we're sorry, buy his whole family food. You know what?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and just
Well,
I'll do more
he
than
wouldn't
that.
accept that.
Well,
though.
I know.
But yeah, you offer it. You know what I'm saying?
You
put
have
the-
to, like, you remember.
Yeah.
No,
Last week
it
we talking
wouldn't
about
even,
offering.
it
Play the
would
game,
just
you
be
play the
there.
game.
It would just be like the gifts would be at his doorstep next
100%.
day. Yeah, next
Right.
day.
You send
everything.
him a package or whatever, like, bro,
Yeah.
For sure.
this is the most
And
disrespectful.
you don't think he gonna open it and be like, oh, they sent it. Now he gonna flip it for his own content. I'm gonna give it away.
Oh,
right? That's what he gonna
oh,
do.
well.
But
Oh,
he
well.
gonna say, look, this is crazy. I had such a bad experience. They sent it to me. And all that. That was my PR.
Yeah.
That was
And it didn't cost you nothing. It
Nothing,
probably was
bro.
something that was given to you
Nothing.
anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And give him a whole trip and whatever. But even though he won't take it, you still did it.
Yeah.
And just let him know, like, the review. Remember, these people, I saw your ratings. They're trash. Like, you had a 3-point something. Like,
Remember, this happened with Barstool. When Portnoy went out there and tried that pizza in front of the guys.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
got really
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. This is not just the black community. This is
Yeah.
big. I follow a lot of food critics.
That's
This
right.
is not. They're getting on the pizza guy.
Yeah.
How the owner was
Listen,
coming
he
out.
gave his opinion
Yeah.
about the pizza.
Yeah.
Why you want to kill him online? And again, this is to the pizza place owner. I need you to understand this. I get it. You guys are working really hard. Trust me. Again, former restaurateur, 80 hours a week sometimes. I get it. You're working really hard. But that doesn't mean people can't have opinions.
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
and,
all.
and flip the opinions
With
for money.
anything-
Oh my
Flip
gosh.
it.
Anything that you do, bro. I've made beats. And there are some people out there like I remember to this day, I was in a song competition. You was there.
I remember.
One of the judges, and these are people who have Grammys, boy.
Mhm.
I played 3, 4, 5 songs. Them first 3, bro, they on their phones, chill it, talk to, they ain't even listening. I played Beaches, they stopped.
Everything stopped.
Give me that, they said, give me the USB. They going crazy. They want to hear it again. One of them said to my face, he said, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. If you make a song and it ain't to this level, throw it in the trash. He said, the rest of that shit is trash.
Mhm.
This is a record. The other shit you played was trash.
Mm-hmm.
And now I could have been mad at that. And of course, that stung as an artist.
Mhm.
But he still gave me good nuggets. Anything you make ain't for everybody. People have their own
Come on,
opinion,
man.
bro.
Come on. And that's
That's
okay.
it.
And that's okay.
That's it.
And that's
Plus, it's a
okay.
Grammy guy saying.
And I can, but I
And
can
at the
still,
end of the day,
Right.
I can say I got Grammy nominated
Advice.
information and
Advice.
advice from
from
somebody.
somebody, yes.
And at the end of the day, Mr. Pizza Place owner, Portnoy was in front of your store with his millions and millions of viewers every single hour. He was in front of your store giving you that rating. Who cares what it was? And let's be honest, I love you, Portnoy, but we know those numbers are made up. There's no way you have a real scale in your head that's a 6.8, 6.7. Like, stop playing with me. So, but regardless, whatever you're saying, Real Milk and Honey, Keith Lee's just a guy trying out something that he may or
That's
may not
it.
like. That's all this is. So we can stop being whatever. Nobody's getting canceled. We're not trying to kill the small guy out there and kill the small business.
I can't wait till I get out there, boy.
Because you already know the small business is about to get, no matter what happens, that small business finna go through the roof. If it's bad, if it's good, for the next couple months, it's on you. Because I guarantee you, when I walk away from here, no matter if it's good, bad, or in between, for the next couple months, they're going to test you out.
Yeah.
And if you drop the ball for the next couple months and they never come back, on you.
And
Don't blame
like I
that
said,
on them.
Candy did good, man.
That's what I'm
did
saying.
She gave the blueprint of how you're supposed to react.
That's right.
So I all kudos to her.
So I guess in reality, Cori needs to be our next
You already know what it
Candy
is.
and give us the blueprint.
Yeah,
You know,
accountability
on how-
was the word today.
on
which
how
is-
everybody-
Accountability might be the word, but the phrase is what Matt just said. And the phrase is, it's on you. Okay? Whether you're a restaurant owner or a business owner and somebody reviews you, you have the opportunity to change it around. Whether you know what I'm saying, you're in a marriage and maybe somebody's doing something behind your back, it's on you to be able to step in, create a safe space, as B Wood said, y'all can have that conversation and figure that out, right? Or if you're trying to figure out how come I can't get out of this conflict and communicate with my partner, it's on you. Focus on where you are playing, what you are doing, what you can do. Circle of control, baby. If you can control it in a circle, control it. If you can't, let it go.